Oh, hi there.
Welcome back.
Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
Say, I'm curious. With the choice of 50% of people voting, why don't you just make it a majority vote would pass?
That works.
Yeah. That works.
I think that was one of the edits. You should see it on the comment right on the right hand side.
Oh, I accidentally, when I was on my phone, I think I might have copy pasted that into Twitter, and I don't know if other people got to get into it, so you might want to make a copy of it.
Oh God.
No,
Oh,
you're
God.
good. I already did.
Perfect. I think the CIA might have been in my phone, or the FIB, or the CXTR.
Of course.
Yeah,
they do that.
no,
Okay.
So succinctly,
What?
we had
He doesn't know what that means.
we had a mayor removed earlier today. We are questioning. I am questioning why there wasn't any due process. He was removed via a state announcement. There are no receipts available to myself or anyone that for anyone to find as to who removed it, who brought it forward. A piece of Blaine County legislation was referenced. However, I am arguing that any sort of removal would need to still go through an impeachment in order to allow for challenging the veracity of the allegations and for it to be.
Has anybody ever told you to just say it? Why do you take so long to talk?
It's
Oh my
because
God.
because if I don't make sure I use the proper words, people get offended and think I'm saying something I'm not saying.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just hate
I mean, I can
standing
say
in
it a
offices
different way.
like this. They smell dusty, and it just
Yeah,
irks
I
me.
can be a lot more
No,
frank.
Sure.
Would you like more frank?
I like
yeah,
Frank.
go
A
for
bunch-
it.
Be
Go for it.
succinct.
We all
A
understand.
bunch of dumb fucks in the DOJ took away Pred's keys, and none of it is documented. So I'm trying to hold myself from losing my cool and trying to understand
We've heard
how
enough.
the fuck anyone thought that was a good fucking idea.
Isn't this man here a justice or whatever they call them here?
Well,
we both
apparently
are,
they
yes.
don't know the full story either.
Yeah,
Oh.
heart is also justice.
Hello. Yes, I was asleep. Unfortunately, I'm piecing it together.
Well, yes. I mean, that's great. I believe if you're to document it, you can always write an email or a notice or whatever it may be, but I don't exactly want to sit here and go over it unless those people are around to discuss it. Otherwise, it seems like it would be a topic of conversation that would go nowhere. I don't want to tread on people's feet or anything of the sort. It is still technically in your jurisdiction, and you shall be able to handle it, unless, of course, you can't. And then, obviously, I can come back and feel miserable for a week.
I
Yeah,
think
we're gonna need you
trying
to feel
to-
miserable
So-
for a week.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
no.
we're trying to
Maybe
we're
I'll-
hoping that we can prevent a lot of paperwork because these guys like to take a couple weeks to get anything done.
Who exactly did it, and where are they?
Well,
It was brought up by
Pred,
a BCSO deputy stating that Pred violated a legislation.
Hold on.
Legislation states that if some
A BCSO deputy did what now?
brought up to a judge that Pred violated a legislation. The legislation states if the mayor is not within good standing of the penal code or on their criminal record, they're to be removed as mayor.
Okay, and what's on his criminal record?
He
felony now.
received 2 contempts and a felony. Felony was violating a court order.
Interesting. What was the court order? I assume probably to do with
Uh,
the contempt.
No, the court order was he had a court case against him for alleged embezzling, which I found him not guilty of. And the court order was not to touch any Blaine County funds until his verdict was rendered on the embezzling stuff, and he still decided to go in and withdraw funds.
Ah, interesting.
Yes, it was very clearly documented on the docket not to do so.
He was embezzling money. Wow.
That's what they were charging him with, but he wasn't found guilty of it.
Oh,
So he survived his court case, but got a felony of
He got a
contempt.
felony for violating a court order not to
Violating
touch the
court
money.
order.
so
Yeah.
is there any documentation anybody has written based on the impeachment process itself, by chance?
These guys just took the fucking keys.
Yes, I understand that. And they might very well have the capabilities to do so. Whether or not it is justified, though, I believe when we first documented our legislative pieces, there was information based on impeachment and its process, from my understanding, that it would be required to go through a court system and the state, I believe, but I am not entirely sure.
Correct. There is an
But-
impeachment process for
Correct.
individuals within the government body. The issue is that there is a separate legislation within Blaine County that which brings up that they're to be removed. It doesn't mention anything about a formal process for it, but then that brings
Yes.
into play: does county supersede state? Does state supersede county? Et cetera, et cetera.
Does county supersede state?
Yes.
I don't.
Because
Look,
it's the one
I
that he
don't
directly
think so.
follows. That's
I
why
am
we were.
ass-
That's why
I
it got
am
brought up.
going to assert that there was zero due process. Keys were taken. It should have went through impeachment. The entire removal of his keys was inherently illegal. I think what we're trying to prevent here is a shitload of docket filings to reverse all of this. Quite frankly,
Well, I'll tell you that's more than likely what will need to happen, but the law itself and its conflictions, if there is multiple pieces of legislation, would be interesting to understand. Do you happen to know the impeachment legislative piece by chance?
where is it? Should be towards the bottom here.
It is. The impeachment one is impeachments and authority conduct review.
Oh, I think I see it.
9198.
Yes, I see. I'll go and give it a quick read. Do you happen to have the document number of the case? I'll look it up. I'm sure he hasn't been charged all that much, right?
It was the most recent. It's the most
Right,
recent document
right,
closed.
right.
Yes, it is recent.
Generally, we're good at embezzling. Am I right, guys?
They did not get him on embezzlement.
Oh,
No, they didn't.
right.
Yeah,
Yes,
no.
yes.
I love
Improper
that. Not
paperwork.
guilty, so
Improper
it's good
paperwork
on that one.
meant he got off of it.
Sounds like New York City. Hey, I'm going to go back to the office and have a quick read, and then I'll come back
All right.
again. Again, like I said, I don't want to undermine the authority in which is here anyway. If something has happened and it is improper, I can direct it to go through the right procedures. But I believe you as the authorities you are should be able to handle what has happened here. But I believe haste is generally a problem. So I'll either way go and have a look, and I can give my advice or my opinion on things, but I will not change anything.
All right.
Do you
Well, we
also want
appreciate
to
your opinion.
know
Oh,
the
yes,
number
the-
for the Blaine County legislation?
Mhm.
That kind of
Sure.
contradicts
Or the
impeachment?
name, sure.
It's 11299.
Okay, thank you. I shall go have a
Oh, yeah.
read. I'll
All
be
right.
back
Thank you so much, Governor.
later.
All right.
He's got a point.
Oh my god, it smells so
Hey.
dusty in there.